What's up everybody, and welcome to my review of Hi-Fi Rush. Now, as the world's foremost video game connoisseur, I've played my fair share of great hack and slash action games, one of my favorite genres. How does Hi-Fi Rush stack up to these titans of the genre? Well, let's find out. Hi-Fi Rush is an action game first and foremost, but with rhythm game elements. It's a unique combo that works quite well together. Chai, the enemies, and the environment all move to the beat. You can time your attacks with the beat to increase your damage as well as to get a higher rank in your combat encounters. Just like in Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, you get a letter rank for how well you do for each fight and for each level as a whole. If you've played those games, you know what to expect from the combat. You have a variety of stylish combos at your disposal. You can launch enemies in the air for air combos. You got a grapple for increased mobility. And you can call in your allies to assist you with various cool moves. You have a parry and a dodge for defense. The parry is your go-to defensive tool. As long as you parry on the beat, you will parry enemy attacks, but there are some attacks that can't be parried. If you dodge to the beat, you can use it up to 3 times in quick succession. Otherwise, you can use it 1 time and then there's a short cooldown. This can help you get some space if you're in a pinch. You also have some special moves that you can use by spending a meter that fills as you fight. Against some tougher enemies and bosses, a rhythm-based minigame will play where you have to repeat a rhythmic sequence played to you beforehand. These usually play near the end of a fight so you can finish an enemy in style. There is a decent variety of enemies that are introduced gradually to keep things fresh, many of which are introduced alongside a new mechanic or ability that you need to use to take them down. There are several great boss fights in the game that would put your reflexes and timing to the test, especially if you're going for high ranks. The game is separated into multiple linear levels. There is some basic platforming that is solid enough and serves as a nice palate cleanser between fights. There are permanent upgrades to health and a special meter hidden in the levels, as well as plenty of currency that you use to unlock new moves, abilities, perks, and upgrades. So you are encouraged to explore all the nooks and crannies in the levels. If I had to nitpick anything, it would be that you only have one weapon the whole game, which is the guitar. Another weapon or two would have kept the combat a little fresher and kept it from being just a bit repetitive towards the end once you've experienced all the enemies and all the different moves and stuff. Overall, the gameplay is great. The combat is stylish, fun, and challenging. The visuals are absolutely outstanding. The cel-shaded art style looks fantastic, and the creativity on display in the art direction and animation in particular is top-notch. The cutscenes are a particular standout. They're awesome. Extremely well directed, godlike animation, and funny. Sound design is also a standout feature of the game. The fact that everything is synced up with the music is a really cool, unique feature. The game has a mix of original audio tracks as well as licensed music that usually plays during boss fights. Not all the licensed music is to my taste, but how the music is used is what's important. The audio design is impressive throughout the game. Now for the story, you play as Chai, a wannabe rock star who is missing an arm, so he goes to Vandalay Technologies to volunteer for a cybernetic limb replacement program called Project Armstrong. The operation doesn't go exactly as planned. Chai gets his arm replaced, but his music player is embedded in his chest during the procedure. As a result of the error in the operation, Chai is labeled the defect and is hunted down for disposal. His new arm is an electromagnetic grabber that he uses to create a weapon that resembles a guitar. After he is saved by Peppermint and her robotic cat, he agrees to help her investigate a conspiracy behind Project Armstrong. As they investigate, they gather some allies. The former head of R&D, Macaron, his robot psychologist partner, Cinnamon, and the head of security, Corsica. The characters are all well written, voice acting is great, and they're pretty funny. This goes for all the characters, from the various enemy and non-enemy robots around the facility to the protagonists, major allies, and antagonists. I routinely found myself laughing throughout the game, especially during the cutscenes. Chinese allies are extremely likable, and the main antagonists are easy to hate. My favorite characters are probably Chai and Cinnamon, because I just found them to be the most hilarious in the group, with Chai always joking and being sarcastic and just saying funny shit. And Cinnamon also saying hilarious stuff all the time, but drawing his facial expressions on his face. to like convey his mood or tone or whatever. It's pretty funny.
So, what's it now?
The story wraps up with a really satisfying conclusion.
What's the plan now?
Overall, the story and characters are really good, really enjoyable, solid. I had an absolute blast playing this game. The gameplay, the visuals, and the music are all dripping with style. The animation in particular is incredible. The combat is great, the story is enjoyable and has a lot of heart. The writing and characters are great and consistently funny. The audio design and the way it is weaved into every aspect of the game is particularly impressive. I felt like I had a grin on my face the whole time I was playing. If you are a fan of action games, and I cannot recommend this game enough, you have to play it. I give Hi-Fi Rush a 9 out of 10. Well, that's it for this review. Have you played Hi-Fi Rush? If so, what'd you think of it? If you haven't, did this review convince you to try it out? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you later. Nice.